All right, well, here we go. This is a really nice crawl space. It is perfect. Um, it's large. It's almost about 2,000 square feet, just about at it. Um, the HVAC system is not down here. Uh, I love it. I mean, everything about this crawl space is absolutely fantastic. He is going to have the crawl space encapsulated by a company, and it's this is actually a perfect crawl space to do one because look how easy it is to work down here. You can make it look really sharp. Yeah, it's got a little bit of mildew, musky smell. Not the worst crawl space I've been in, but it was his decision on wanting to get it done. So we're gonna check it out afterwards. I'm gonna come back and take some video and show you folks what it looks like when it is encapsulated. See a lot of airs coming right to that crawl space door. See what they do about that. Thank you, folks. All right, so well, let's check it out. See how the men did here. All right, they got themselves a good flap here. I like the flap. Let's go ahead and just close this door behind me. Wow. This is nice. Oh my goodness. This is really, flash the light back there all the way. You can see what I just was talking about, that this is an absolutely perfect place to do an encapsulation. No ductwork from the AC system, the heater, pretty much nothing getting in the way here. So let's kind of just take a look around and kind of see what they did here. All right, so they ran the wall unit. Looks good. They left the window here, which is good. You need an inspection window here. I see a lot of companies, they run it all the way to the top here. In this region, we have a problem with subterranean termites, a big problem. So subterranean termites can actually find their way up from the soil, work their way behind the plastic, come up, work their way in to the wood, found their foundation. Now this is a pressure treated piece of lumber. They won't, they want nothing to do with that. They usually just put a piece of pressure. This is the only piece of pressure treated lumber they have in the crawl space. Everything else, that's all filet mignon. But it won't take them nothing to bypass this 1.5 inch and they already start finding the meat. So if you have plastic going all the way up, if you have a company come in and run the plastic all the way up, you gotta be very careful. I've been in situations where termites have actually come up the plastic, haven't been identified because they can't see, it's inaccessible, and they start eating up on that wood. But for sure, looks like they sealed up this plastic pretty good against the wall, and they foamed these vents. I use a lot of that spray foam, goodness. Now I see a lot of things. A lot of people do their encapsulations different. For the most part, I liked how the encapsulation comes down. You put this wall part first and kind of let it drape down a little bit, and then run the bottom part up a little ways. This way, in case water does come in through the foundation wall, if you have it too close, if you have like the tape too close to the foundation, I notice that sometimes water finds its way through that tape, loosens up the adhesive, and then that water finds its way on top of the actual membrane. But that's why it's important. If you need a French drain, you should have a French drain. Like in this case, this is a French drain. They have one in here. This is actually really nice. I dig this. This is got a Zoller pump in here. Got the 2 drain lines coming in. That goes all the way around the entire perimeter of the whole crawl space. They got a check valve this way as we flush this water out. Comes out. Any water left down the pipe doesn't come back in. There's a little flap inside here that doesn't allow the water to come back in. But so far, this looks really nice. They did a good job. But this, now, in defense of any company out there that does moisture work, this is a wonderful crawl space to do any kind of work. Look, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks high. That's a dream come true. For the most part, you usually get crawl spaces about this high and this high, you know. But to have a crawl space this tall to do an encapsulation, there's no reason for anybody to be put in a situation where, you know, it didn't look good. This looks good. I've seen really, really good ones. This is going to do the work. Once again, I'm not a fan of that tape on the bottom. And you know who? I'll tell you what. Who really brought this to my attention was this engineer, this plumbing engineer. This guy was super cool, and we kind of went back and forth on this. But I could understand his point when it comes to taping the bottom. You know, you want to probably run it up. This bottom layer, you want to run it up and tape it up against the foundation. And then again, I spoke with some moisture companies out there that say that the tape itself doesn't stick too well against the adhesive, against the other poly. But this is a heavy duty tape that's made for this. You can see the piers. The piers are not wrapped. In a lot of cases, I see a lot of piers. They wrap them all the way up. Same thing, all the way up to that point. But they didn't wrap the piers in this one. And I guess that's an option. You don't have to do it, as long as the foundation's taped really well. In this case, I'm not a big fan. You know, I'd much rather bring it up a little higher. Because that tape, believe it or not, is only going to hold up so much. So we're going to just take a look at all the membrane and make sure, hey bud, and just make sure that it all looks good. So far, I mean, this is a dream come true for any company that's doing encapsulations out there. I give my props out to homeowners who invest the money into this. I know it's very costly, but it's so worth it. Last time I was here, it did have a very musky smell. You know, had some mildew and fungus growing around. Not as bad as my usual videos, but you know, it definitely had some mildew. But they decided to invest money. They said this is their last house, and they wanted to be able to tackle the things they want to tackle now. And they can just grow old here. All right, so this is one thing I don't like here. This ramp. That's like a ramp. I don't like it. I mean, it's okay because let's just say this plumber here comes here to work on this, or any one of these plumbing lines, for example. And this is, I call it a ramp because it's not tight. Not a tight crease. So if he comes here and puts weight on this for whatever reason, puts an elbow on this, it's gonna detach from the wall. I've seen it happen, and all of a sudden it just detaches from the wall, It just doesn't look good. Is it going to hurt anything? Maybe, maybe not. But for the most part, always run the plastic down, form a crease. I can't even feel the corner here. Get that crease in there, and then get that bottom layer. And you can see that bottom layer started over here. So this is all one piece right here. Boom. So that I don't like. So you know, you get to a point where sometimes the guys had a long day down here and they start getting a little bit sloppy. And when you get up on these corners, it's kind of difficult to kind of maneuver around, almost like gift wrapping a bike. It's tough. It's not an easy job to do. But that's when you just take your time and appreciate the fact that the rest of the Crawlspace was an absolute gem to work in. An absolute gem. So when you have situations like that, just sit back, relax, and do it right. Is it affecting anything? I don't know. This job just got done recently. Now this here is a problem. So there's a vent right there and it's open. That's going to allow air to get into this crawl space. We don't want that. Obviously you can't get in there to do, you know, to seal that vent off. I mean, you can try to knock out some bricks, but the brick is right here. Either knock out some bricks, go in there and seal it off, or maybe this section right here, you do want to probably just close it off. I know it's not what I said over there before, but that humidity that's coming in through that wall is going to make that dehumidifier run harder. It's going to sense it. No different than leaving a window open in your house and your air conditioning senses it and it's going to make it run more. The whole purpose of encapsulating it is to help that dehumidifier do its job down here. Sealing it all up, it helps it quite a bit. Once again, the tape on the ground, I don't know. Tell me what your comments are on that. I'd appreciate it. But it was just a back and forth thing. I did go ahead and do a little research on it. And now that there's so many companies out there doing this, everybody has a different way of doing it. So you've got companies that actually put like these foam boards up, like insulation boards. They're like an inch thick. Actually looks pretty cool. I don't know, what's going to happen with those in the future, because no matter what, water does still come in through those foundation walls, the bricks, and I don't know what happens to that foam after time, if they get mildew on them or any kind of smell start releasing. I don't know. With a lot of these things that are coming out today, everything sounds really good and everybody has an argument for it. I'm kind of like, let's wait and see. Sounds good. Let's kind of wait and see. I'm open ears for everything. But definitely right here, this is a good spot for seal it up. Just close it up as best you can. Put a lot of tape. Put some of that spray foam. You got spray foam right there anyway. Fill that up with spray foam. Tape that up better. These creases, I don't like them too much. Could have done a better job, I think, unwrapping this, unsealing this off. I see some daylight, and once again, I'm not trying to be picky. I'm just trying to state the obvious. This is too easy of a crawl space to not get this to look like absolute diamonds. And that's only because I know that there's a handful of companies actually out here that would make this look absolutely fantastic. But it does the trick. It does the work. Even if you're a do-it-yourselfer and you're doing this yourself, You know, anything works. If you're trying to battle this fungus and mildew or whatever the reason why you want to put up an encapsulation, got some tape just dangling here, so just going back around. Now, I don't know if I'm not sure if they're gonna send somebody out here to check out the work they did. But like I said, this just got installed probably a few weeks ago, maybe a couple of weeks ago. I'm not sure, but everything looks good. But I know if you're a moisture guy and you watch any of my videos, man, shout me out. Tell me that this isn't the most ideal crawl space to do an encapsulation. I mean, you come down here with your crew and you see this, you're like, guys, we're gonna have a great day today. This is a perfect crawl space. Usually you're trying to muscle your way around AC ductwork, insulation that's fallen, water heaters, low crawl spaces, debris, all kinds of stuff. Here's our radon pipe. This here in South Carolina is considered the radon pipe. So you got about a 10-foot pipe. Looks like the old wiffle balls, the cheese balls. They put some holes in it. They run the vent up and out of the roof. In reality, this should be underneath the plastic. Completely, just like that. Now, when you're talking about this size crawl space, now I am definitely not a radon expert. But when you're talking about this size crawl space, a 10-foot cheese ball pipe, I don't think that is going to help much with radon with a crawl space this big. Actually, this encapsulation right here, in my opinion, and some of the things I have looked in the past, is definitely helps a great deal with radon. Now, like I said, I am not a licensed to talk about radon or give you any kind of specifics on that. I'm just telling you what I know and what I hear. So, for the most part, this is great. This is really nice. I'm happy for them. So they installed a Sierra Watchdog. I like these units, but then again, I've said that about a lot of units. I've said that about Santa Fe's. I can go a list of all different kinds of units I've seen in the last almost 16 years that I've been crawling houses. This is something that I started noticing a little bit more in the last, few years. I like them because they have a digital reading in here. And what I also like about it is it's got a drain button. So you can drain any water that's left in the reservoir inside this unit. You see the water going down, and they ran it all the way into the sump pump, which is absolutely perfect. That's where you want to drop it. And we're on a nice little slope right here going downhill, so gravity is going to work out. So every time I do come into a crawl space and I do see a unit, one of these units, I just come in here just to give the homeowner a hand. Just go ahead and hit that drain button a couple times, kind of drain out that water, because right now, this time of the year, it's definitely moving. I do like the extended cord. These cords are really long. Sometimes the electrician, they went ahead and hired an electrician. They have to put an outlet somewhere in a difficult spot. It definitely helps the electrician because you've got about a good, it looks like 8 feet of cord. And it helps the electrician out as much as they can with this. But man, this is great. I love it. I love to see crawl spaces like this. I have so many videos with crawl spaces that absolutely need this kind of help. But to come into one where, man, you don't even need to put on a crawl suit. I mean, you're just crawling around, enjoying this. So I will bring up the attention of that vent in the back, but you can still see the daylight coming in from this angle. You know, maybe get that crew back out here, seal that up, because you want to help this guy up as much as you can. Right now you're at 56% relative humidity, which is absolutely fantastic. It's going to be pretty warm today. It's going to be almost about 88, 89 degrees. So you definitely want to keep this guy alive, keep it moving. I think the homeowner, not this homeowner, a homeowner from, I don't know, maybe a couple of months ago, say that these units come with about a 5 to 6 year manufacturer's warranty. You definitely want to hang on to that warranty. This also comes with a filter. That filter has to be changed out every single year. So if you're doing it yourself, make sure you get the model number, go on Amazon or wherever you want to make your purchases, and get yourself a case of these and get down here every year, because it sucks air right through here, right through where the filter goes. Filter's in there, goes in through here, and then it blows out the dry air right in here, right over here. Removes all the water out of the air, and it carries it out in a way. If you already know this, sorry. If you don't, there you go. A little bit of information for you. This is a Watchdog 85C, about 85 pints per day this would pump. So for this crawl space, as long as it's properly sealed up, this should cut it. This should be a good size unit. They do sell them in larger units if you have a larger crawl space. This crawl space, by the looks of it, is about 2,000 square feet. Very, very large house. This is also a 2-story house. So, but this is a lot of work. But this is a dream come true for any company out there doing moisture work. Hey, and if you do moisture work, give me a comment. Tell me how you feel about how they did here on this one. Because I'm always up for learning new things, passing on the information. And this is what it's all about. This is how we get better in society. I love it, man. I learn something, multiple things in every single day. But this is our encapsulation in this house. I'm going to show you at the beginning of the video what this crawl space looked like before they did this. So I hope I still have that picture, that little video. I don't think I deleted it, but anyway. This is it. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and I post a lot of videos. I mean, you can put that notification bell on, but I don't want you going crazy listening to that notification bell, because I put a lot of shorts. Sometimes I come across a lot of plumbing leaks. I'm like, hey, check this out. I show plumbing leaks. I show electrical problems, HVAC duct lines, animal problems. Like I said, I go in these crawl spaces for the most part. The majority, probably 90% of the crawl spaces I go into, these are unedited videos. I basically start from the beginning, tell you that I'm going in, and I start filming. And sometimes I say the right things. I might stumble over some words. I might be wheezing, huffing and puffing. I've got a video where I actually fell down. I couldn't stop laughing. So these are unedited. I love it because this is exactly what I wanted to do. I'm not into that whole editing thing. I want you to actually cruise the crawl space with me, and so you can see what these inspections are through the eyes of an inspector. Anyway, God bless you folks. Check out the other videos. Leave me a comment, and peace.